Welcome to Peculiar Stories, where we explore the fascinating world of near-death experiences and offer new perspectives on the meaning of life and death. Our goal is to shed light on these profound stories, deepen your understanding of life, and provide valuable insights to our audience. Whether you're new here or simply joining us again, we're thrilled to have you on this journey. If you enjoy what we do, consider subscribing to our channel to stay updated on our latest content. And don't forget to hit the like button to help our content reach a wider audience. So sit back, relax, and get ready to be transported to the edge of life and beyond. My name is Mukurarinda Dabengwa. I was in a boarding high school. One day I got sick because malaria was rampant in this area. When I was taken to hospital, there was no sickness detected in my body, but I was growing weaker and weaker. The doctor told my father to take me home so that I can be traditionally treated because chemical products could not help me. I was taken home. After only 3 days, I became mad. I started to scream and speak in a loud voice day and night. My parents took me back to the hospital. In the car on the way, the car could not continue because of some technical problem. I was taken instead to a small clinic for treatment. I was always in a loud voice and talking about a number of things. I was administered and given a needle with a medication to help me sleep. I slept then without waking up. While sleeping, I saw a big light. I was very thirsty, and I saw a big tree, and inside the tree was a bottle full of water. I saw then a hand holding that bottle, and the hand brought it from the tree. A voice told me, "Drink." Like a vaccination drop, it fell in my mouth and my whole being was refreshed. I didn't need to drink the whole bottle, just a drop. Then I started to see many things. I saw a ladder from earth to heaven. I and people from all countries ascended on it. While at heaven's gate, which was closed, I saw myself alone before the gate. Then a man opened the gate for me and asked me, "Are you coming into heaven?" I said yes. He widely opened for me, and I entered heaven. I didn't know where others had gone. If I left them behind, or if they went ahead of me, I do not know. The man who opened for the gate had many keys on his right hand, from the fingers to the shoulder. Many keys indeed. He directed me in which room I will go. I went and entered that room and found there Jesus Christ. He welcomed me in his office and had me sit before him while in between was a small table. Before anything, he stretched out a file with some written papers, and he started to read everything I had done on earth until the time I ascended to heaven. Then he closed the file and asked me, "Do you agree to have done this while on earth?" I accepted all. While reading them, it was like a video or like you are doing it that moment. There is no way to reject it whatsoever. He told me, "I want you to go back to Earth. There's something I want you to do. After you will finish it, you will come back here in heaven and live here forever." I said, "No, I want to stay here." He said, "No, just go back." I said, "No, I want to stay here." He spoke in a cool voice and convinced me to go back to Earth. Before I left heaven, I asked him one thing, which he granted me. I asked him to let me go into the heavens, see what is there, and come back on Earth. I went into the heavens, and the first people I saw were angels singing, no taller than the others. All were on the same level of height. There were no musical instruments, no drums, but their voices were more vibrant than artificial instruments. My impression was to go and sing with them. So I stepped ahead to join the choir, but a certain invisible power, very strong, stopped me from joining the choir. I cried tears because I could not sing with angels that time. Those who were near the body in the clinic could see tears, but they could not know why. They told me after. Then I chose to move around in heaven. Beyond the choir was a very wonderful place with a big chair, and the one sat on it. I could not reach there since I could not even join the choir. While I was taking a walk in that beautiful garden into the heaven, Jesus came to me and told me, "Don't you remember that you need to go back?" I said, "Yes." He showed me the way back from the heavens to near his office, then to the gate. The man who opened for me while entering, he opened for to get out of heaven. But at this moment, he asked me nothing. While I stepped out the gate, he closed the gate, and I started to descend from the ladder. While on the ladder, I met someone who was like me. If I tell you, I don't remember which form I had, only I was a powerful being full of vigor, without any need whatsoever for food, drink, or clothes. I was amazing. The person I met was the person who in few minutes passed away. I was told by onlookers in the clinic after. He was in the same clinic room with me. He asked me what happened to me in heaven, and I told him. I asked him what was happening on earth. He asked me to open up my eyes and see the earth, where we are. What a dirty place, what a confusing place. I was too clean, too holy to step on earth. While discussing, I advised him to go up into heaven. Maybe they would accept him. I told him that I was going down on earth to do something, which I would know while back on earth. I kissed him bye, and I stepped down on earth. While coming down near where my body was, just on a sick bed, I saw my body. Meanwhile, the doctor had declared the previous night at 8 p.m. that I had passed away. It was the night when he said so, but when I came back, it was in the next morning at 7 a.m. I looked at my body. I just uttered insulting words on it. It is a useless thing that one doesn't need to waste time on. Very stupid. I had to enter the body that time, and I didn't want it because of the uselessness of the body. I had no choice other than entering the body. I cannot tell how I entered the dead body, but it was like when you put your hand into your pocket. As I entered the body, remember what the doctor had said, that I had passed away. My death story was spread in the village. It was very sad that a man lost his firstborn, and they sought a burial place in the village. Now, as I entered in the body, I made a slight movement by hand to an aunt that came in the clinic crying tears and mourning, holding my body. She is the one that announced that I was alive again. Doctors, nurses, social workers, everybody ran to the room where I was with fear. Surprisingly, when doctor examined me, he confessed that I was alive again. He apologized for the news about my death he spread before. But look at me that time. You could see bones of my body through a transparent skin. I didn't know how 15 days had gone by while I was there. I spent more days there starting to eat like a babe. They had to carry me out and bring me inside, just a skeleton. While having those visions, I saw other things, like people being killed because they were sinners. I made a cue to be killed, but someone I do not know told the killers that he knew me, so I was spared. But hundreds upon thousands died. When I gained normal strength, I sat people around me, especially those people killed because of their sins. Much blood was scattered everywhere, but they told me to shut up because to them I was like prophesying evil upon the peaceful country. When I told them about heaven, they couldn't believe, but I assured them that everything they do, heaven counts it, and for sure that this life is a shadow. If a great life, we shall life in eternity. 13 years went by, and I was engulfed by a strange fear. I was asking the Lord, "What do you want me to do, Lord?" It was a good time to remember that I was told to come back on earth to do something and go back to live in heaven. Then one night the Lord called to preach the truth, His word, and tell people about the reality of the future life, which I am doing today. Watch this near-death experience next about a woman who falls from a cliff where she met Jesus.